Hi everyone, welcome to ZENTS Wellness Room. I'm Alison, I'll be your yoga teacher today, and this is a place where we can learn practices to help us deal with all that's going on right now. Just to get in our bodies and help us relieve stress, calm the mind, and also calm the emotions. So I want to invite you just to come to your seat and take a deep breath and just close the eyes and let yourself arrive here in your yoga practice and on your yoga mat. And notice what is present for you right now in this moment. So as you turn inside and you start to breathe, you might notice as you scan your body any tensions in your body. And using the breath, see if you can just let go and soften the face, the jaw, especially around the shoulders. Let the tip of your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth. And see if you can let the body relax enough where you feel supported from the ground up. You're going to let the weight fall back a little bit into your sitting bones. Feel the uprightness in your spine. Find a soft smile on your face. And just be, for the next minute or so, be with your breath. Let your ears be receptive and open. And again, just notice what's present. So we've all got so many different things going on in our situations, and wherever you are, this practice can really support you in coming home to yourself, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, just tuning in. So let this be a time where you're really caring for yourself, caring for your body. We'll take another 3 or 4 breaths, inhaling, breathe fully, and then exhale, release the shoulders, relax your jaw. And take another 2 breaths, centering yourself before we begin to move. So the practice of yoga, it's not about getting anywhere or achieving anything. It's really just about opening up tension points in your body, staying curious, moving with your breath, moving in sync with your breath. And it really helps relieve the body. We'll take another deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly let your eyes open, and we'll start with a twist. So we're going to work a little more twisting today, with it being springtime and the body is really calling for some detoxification, and we can often feel stagnant energy. So the twists actually help to move that stagnation in the body. So inhale, lift, lengthen, extend, and exhale, gently twist. Take a few breaths. And then switch sides, taking the right hand to the left knee. And start by rooting down through your base and then rising up through the spine. And turn to look to the left. And keep flowing with your breath. Don't hold on to your breathing. And then inhale, come back to center, and we'll stretch up and over to the right side. Then extend through the fingertips, breathe, anchor down through your left sitting bone as you reach. And then inhale, come on up, and exhale to the other side. Inhale, come on up. We'll reach back, interlace the hands, and move the shoulders back so the chest lifts up a little bit. And then on the exhale, fold forward. So you may only come an inch or 2, or you may be able to go a little deeper. It doesn't matter. Let's keep working into and through the sensation with your breathing with the awareness of your breath. And then inhale, come on back up, set the hands behind you, lift the chest. We're going to lift up through the sides of the waistline. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe right up into the collarbones here. And then exhale, we'll come back here. And we'll skip laying on our back today, and we'll come right into a cat-cow pose. So come onto all fours. Spread your fingers nice and wide, so you're getting a really good firm foundation through your hands. And when the toes tuck under, you can bring the knees about hip distance apart. And we'll start with an inhalation, looking up, lift the chest, arch the lower back. And then on the exhale, start with the tailbone curling and rounding. The navel comes into the spine, push into the arms, chin to chest. And then inhale again, we start with the tailbone, arching the back. Take a big breath as you look up. And on the exhale, curl and round. So just follow the movement with your breath. Or you can let the movement lead. Let the breath lead the movement. Exhale. Great. 2 more breaths. Inhale, arch the back. Excuse me. Exhale, curl and round. And last one here. We're going to hold this one. Inhale, arch the back, look up, lift the chest, and breathe. And then exhale, curl and round, holding this one for several breaths, pressing through the arms, hands. And then inhale, come back to neutral position. Let's step the left foot forward into a lunge. Bring the hands here onto the hips and just pause here. Pull the hips back a little bit. Drop your tailbone towards the floor. Then go ahead and sink the hips a little bit lower. And we'll inhale, stretch open the arms to the sky. I'm just going to face forward here. So we'll take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Keep the hips pretty level if you can, and then stretch up and over to your left side. Opening the ribs on the right side of the body. And inhale, come on up, reach the arm to the sky. Exhale, we'll place the right hand down to the floor, inside the foot, and left arm up to the sky. So let the inhalations extend and lengthen the spine a little more, reaching out through the crown of your head. And then on the exhalations, gently twist, especially from the core of the belly. Open your chest nice and big. And then exhale, release the hand. We'll go ahead and step back onto all fours and switch sides. So right foot forward. Bring your hands onto your hips for a moment. And just pause here. So you're going to stabilize the hips. And drop the tailbone so the low belly pulls in and up. Then you're safe to drop the hips a little bit lower. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We'll take a hold of the left wrist this time. And you can try to straighten out the arms as much as they'll go. You should feel a nice stretch here from the hip all the way up here to the upper arm. And keep breathing nice and deeply. And then inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, the left hand inside the foot. And reach your right arm up to the sky. And just feel your way in here. So on the in-breath, breathe the spine longer. Breathe elongation into the spine. As you exhale, deepen. Open the chest. A little smile on the face. Keeps the jaw relaxed. And then on the exhale, release the hands. We'll step back onto all four. Let's come into a half dog pose here. So walk the hands out and stretch back through the sitting bones here. Yeah, so wake up the tips of your fingers and then press down into the balls of the fingers, the roots of the fingers. Reach back through the sitting bones and let the head relax. Great. And then on the inhale, we'll walk the hands in a little bit closer. Make sure the creases of your wrists are aligned. Tuck your toes under and then go ahead and lift the hips and come up and back into your first downward dog here. We'll take the knees and bend them quite a bit. Keep the spine nice and long. Deepen your breath. And then straighten the left heel to the floor and bend the right knee quite a bit. So you're reaching down through the heel to open up this whole back line of your leg. Open up the fascia. And then switch to the other side. Bending your left knee, extend your right heel all the way to the floor. Good, and then bring both heels way up. This is going to help you lengthen your spine. And then slowly descend the heels back and down, so evenly. You're opening up the feet and toes as you're reaching the heels back and down. And take another full breath in, breathe right into the sensation. Great, and then we'll walk the feet all the way up to the top of our mats. Separate the feet about, hip width apart. Gently bring the hands onto the shins, lift, lengthen, extend. And on the exhale, fold forward. We'll take a few breaths here. And just let the upper body hang. So the legs are pretty awake and strong. Lift the toes, four corners of your feet, grounding equally, and then go ahead and lift the quad muscles and come to the center of your feet, and then let go. Let it all go. Shake your head. Let go of any tension in your face and jaw. And then we'll bend the knees and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Great, and then let's go ahead and stand here in mountain pose with the feet together. Sides of the big toes are touching, hands fold at the heart. Actually going to face this way because the light's a little bit better. So you can look down at your feet, make sure that the big toes are touching, heels are maybe 2 inches apart, and go ahead and start with your feet, just opening the soles of the feet by spreading the toes. And then draw the energy as you're rooting down, draw the energy back up the legs, through the front of your spine, feeling the head come on top of your spine. Just relax the shoulders, bring a soft smile onto the face. So feel your body in this upright position. Feel the feet connected, almost like they're connected to the center of the earth, so super grounded. And then crown of the head reaching towards the sky. And your body is really the conduit between earth and sky. So you're letting the body sort of self-organize around this center line. And then take a moment, bring your awareness into your heart center. Taking a moment to cultivate an intention for you personally in your practice, maybe for the collective. And just breathe, take a moment, sense, be in the feeling tone. We're always going to be finding that balance of the posture and then just letting the energy move through the posture. So deep breath in from here, soft smile on the face. On the exhale, release your hands down by your sides. And then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Look to your thumbs. Exhale, slow, deep breath out as you touch the floor, releasing the head. Gently bring the hands to the shins, lift the chest halfway up. Exhale, take the right leg and bring it back into a low lunge. Bring the knee to the floor. And on the inhale, and a slow inhalation reaches the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor. We'll step back onto all fours. So from here, lower down, leading with your chest, and then you'll just slide right through to a baby cobra. So we'll start this one a little lower to the ground, hands by the chest. Keep those elbows in, and then roll the shoulders back as much as you can. Then wait for the exhalation, and inhale, slowly rise up. So tailbone scooping towards heels as you rise. Good, and exhale, lower. And press back onto all fours. Come into a half dog pose here. Reaching back. Take a few breaths. This is really good for opening up the shoulders. We keep the armpits lifting, shoulder blades moving down the back. And then follow your exhalation all the way up to the tail end. Inhale, work your way back to downward facing dog. And take some deep breaths here. And just listen. Tip of the tongue rests on the roof of the mouth. So don't try to do so much in your practice, right? You want to do just enough to align the body. And then let go. Then find some softening. Slowing down. Bottom of your next breath between your hands. Bring your right foot between the hands. Back knee to the floor. And inhale. One slow, steady breath. Takes the arms up. Crescent lunge. Strong in the arms. Exhale. Hands to the feet. Floor. Step all the way forward. Inhaling halfway lift. And then on the exhale, just forward fold. We'll plug the feet firmly into the floor. Lead with your chest and inhale slow, bringing the arms up over the head. And exhale, the hands right down to the center of the heart. And take a pause breath here. So one breath. Coming back into your center, remembering why you're practicing. Bring the feeling tone into it. Exhale the arms down by your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way to the sky. You're rooting as you rise. Exhale, fold forward, deep bow. Inhale to a halfway lift again. Right leg back. Exhale, bring the back knee down. And inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, reach the arms back behind you. So we're going to clasp the hands together. Lift up through the sides of your waist and roll the shoulders back. And then you're going to start to curl back into a little bit of a back bend here. Great. So with every inhale, you want to think about lifting the torso, the side of the waist in particular. And then with every exhale, you can drop deeper in, open up, and just receive. Great. And then inhale, come back. And we'll take the right elbow to the outside of the knee, hands folded at the heart. Take a nice easy twist here, lengthening through the back body, so from the tailbone to the back of the head, and twisting, softening. And then inhale, step all the way back to a plank pose here. So hold it here in plank, keep the legs pretty straight, hips are in line with the shoulders, strong legs, open heart. Deep breath in, lift the belly so you wake up the core body. And then exhale, either knees down or straight legs, lower all the way to the ground. Inhale into Cobra. Exhale, lower, and press back. We'll come right back through the knees to a downward facing dog. And just breathe it out here. Open up the palms of your hands and the soles of the feet. So the toes and fingers spread. We just feel the skin, feel the bones connected to the ground, the sticky mat. And take one more deep and full inhalation. One more extended exhalation. And then stepping your right foot forward, back knee comes to the floor. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, reach back and take the opposite clasp of your hand, that one that feels a little awkward. And big breath opens up the side body, and exhale, sinking, open the throat. Great, inhale, release, and then we'll take the left elbow, wrap it around the outside of the right knee. Take our first twist here, the hands fold at the heart. And just start with the exhale. And as you exhale, soften in, sink. And then inhale, extend. Whoop. If you fall out, just come back in. So you want to extend the spine long and exhale, turn to the side. Nice, everyone. And then we'll release the hands, step all the way forward, halfway lift, roll the shoulders back, and on the exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the arms all the way to the sky, and exhale the hands to the heart. We're just going to do one more sun salutation. Moving slowly, exhale the arms down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, follow the breath all the way to the tail end as you fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, roll the shoulders back. And then exhale, step the right leg back, release the back knee to the floor. Inhale, radiate the arms all the way up. Exhale, set the hands back down. Lift the back leg and step back to plank pose again. So just work a little more core activation in the navel, lifting the belly, soften the heart. And then lower down either knees to the floor or straight legs. Inhale, slide through to Cobra. Exhale, press all the way back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Just tune into your breath here. So the inner thighs are moving back and slightly apart, and that's going to help widen the lower back. And then the outer hips extend down, the sitting bones to heels, reaching to the ground. And finish your next exhalation all the way out with your breath. Step the right foot forward, bring the back knee to the floor. Inhale, one breath into crescent lunge. Radiate. Exhale, back forward. And we'll step all the way forward, halfway lift, hands to the shins. On the exhale, fold in, deep out. And plug those feet firmly in as you inhale. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale the hands to the heart. Close your eyes just for a moment. So you may feel a little bit of heat in the body. This is good. This is moving toxicity, warming up the body and moving energy, moving prana. So take another full breath in here, just feeling let your body come back to that center line. And notice how you're feeling in this moment. And then we'll let the eyes open here and exhale. You're going to bend your knees, bring your fingertips to the floor, come into what we call seated chair position. Hands hold at the heart. Okay, and then from here we're going to take a twist. So I'm going to face you all. Take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And be careful not to push your knees off center. Keep your knees centered. And then from here, extend from the tail all the way to the crown as you turn. And just a few breaths here. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist. Press into the heels. Open the crown, open the chest. And on the exhale, you're just going to release into forward fold and take a hold of your elbows and just simply hang forward. Let go of the head and neck. And then we'll make our way to the other side. So bend the knees again. And by the way, you can have your feet and knees apart too, like so. So just see what feels better to you, either knees and feet together or apart. And then hands to the heart. Wrap your left elbow to the outside of your knee. Hook it there. Yeah, and then you'll extend from here, pushing into the heels, extend through your crown and twist. And just focus on your breath. And just take one more big in-breath and exhale, twist. And then we'll inhale, release it, and scoot your feet a little bit apart. Great. And this time we'll take our big toes with the middle and index fingers. So if your hamstrings are a little on the tight side, turn this way, you can bend the knees. You're just going to take your big toes with your middle and index finger, wrapping your thumb around. And then you'll inhale, look up, and on the exhale, fold the elbows wide and let go of your head. And then once you get here, just find the center of your feet. So you're rocking a little forward and back until you find that center point. Yeah, and just simply breathe, let go. Listen to the sweet sound of your breath. Great, and then inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and you can come up slowly, leading with your chest. And then we'll just step the feet together here. Bring the arms by your sides and come into this nice tall mountain pose in your body. And so the arms best by your sides. And you want to get as still as possible here in this pose. Great, and then we're going to take it into some standing postures from here. So we'll separate the feet just about one leg length. You can imagine how long your leg is when you look down. Then we'll turn the right foot straight out. Inhale, the arms wide. Exhale, bend the front knee right over the ankle into warrior two. So you can make the adjustments you need when you come in here. The spine, you want to have the spine pretty vertical. So tendency is to do this, where we lean forward. You just want to have the spine exactly how you would in mountain pose. Yeah. Then bring your gaze over your fingertips. And breathe, grounding through the outer edge of your back foot. Sink into the front heel a little more. So we have an open heart here, a strong spine and open heart, which is exactly what we need in these times. Patience, open-heartedness, but also we need to be strong in the core. Inhale, come on up and turn to the other side. And exhale, bend your front knee right over your ankle. Yeah. And then take a breath when you come in, just feel the whole shape of the pose, breathe. Great, we're gonna go into reverse warrior. We'll do this on the other side. So take your right hand back, left arm up, and take an extra breath here. Keep that back leg super strong. And then on the exhale, bring your forearm onto your thigh. Now just pause here for a moment with the other hand on the hip and move your hips back a little bit. And what you're gonna feel is a softening in the groin. So you wanna keep that softening feeling there as you then scoop your tailbone back under. Then take your right arm, bring it overhead, and breathe. So in these poses, you can think of them like the banks of the river, right? It's like we're creating boundaries and form for energy to flow. So then you can just tap in, soften in, breathe. Be right where you are. And then finish your next exhalation completely. Inhale, come on up, and we'll turn right over to the other side again. Right foot turns out, arms spread wide. Exhale right down into the warrior, and then we'll come into actually reverse warrior first. Left hand back, open up this whole right waistline. Then exhale, press the forearm down, take a pause here. And again, find that balance, right, where the front and the back of the hips are meeting each other. Then extend your left arm overhead and breathe. Breathe into the sensation where we feel the energy moving or the energy tensing. Just breathe there. And then inhale, come on up. Great. We'll turn our feet parallel here. And peek down at your feet actually and make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Once that happens, then you'll inhale, reach your arms wide. Exhale, reach back and interlace the hands. Take a big breath in, opening the chest. And exhale, fold forward. So you want to let your head hang here, but the shoulders are moving up away from the head as the arms come over. Great. And then exhale, release your hands here to the floor. And we'll walk the hands out a little bit so they're right underneath the chest. You're going to set your right hand in the middle, and without moving your hips, which you have to stabilize the hips, then take the left arm to the sky. Work with your breath here, grounding the feet to open the chest. Exhale, opening the chest towards the ceiling. And then finish your exhalation. Bring your left hand down and we'll sweep the right arm up. And taking this nice big open twist here. One more big inhalation to lengthen, exhalation to twist. And then release the hands. Great. And then we'll go ahead and turn the toes out about 45 degrees and walk on over to your left here first. And we're just going to come low. So sink down, lift the chest, and we'll be up on your right heel. Just dig in a little bit with that right heel. Feel the opening here on the inner groin. Good. And then we'll move slowly over to the other side. It's coming down and breathe. Great. And then we're going to come into a standing squat. So you can scoot your feet in a little closer, turn the toes out, and then just take your hands here on the thighs. And you can move your hips from side to side here. Get kind of heavier in the hips. Yeah. And then rest your left forearm on your left thigh and reach your right arm overhead. And you might start to feel your thighs burn a little bit. It's okay. Actually moving a lot. Yeah, bringing a lot of energy into the legs is good at this time. Inhale and exhale to the other side. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to center, release the hands to the floor and turn your feet parallel and just hang so you can let go of all that tension, all that work you just did in your legs. Let it all release. And then inhale, look up, and exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. And then we'll walk the feet together into mountain pose. And once again, just close your eyes. And take some deep breaths. So I just find this is really an opportunity to let the body integrate all that work you just did. So let it find a new way now that you're standing. Excellent. And one more breath here. And then we'll open it up, open the eyes up. And again, we'll separate the feet one leg length apart. Once again, turn the right foot out. We're going to come into triangle pose. So inhale, arms stretch wide. Exhale, up and over. Tip your hips all the way when you come over. And you can either rest the hand on the shin or ankle, depending on your flexibility. Yeah, try not to let your torso come forward of your hips, right? It's like slipping into that little envelope. And then turn to look up towards the thumb. So your thumb is going to end up right over your mouth. Bring your awareness back into your feet for a moment. Spread your toes. Good. Lift the quad muscles and just breathe. So feel the strength of the legs opening up the spine. You'll follow your exhalation all the way up, push into the legs, and come on up from there. Turn the left foot out, right foot parallel to the back mat. Inhale, reach the arms wide, and exhale, tip your hips out. Reach. The idea is to get length here in the side waist. Hand to the shin or ankle, and turn and look up at your thumb, and breathe. You can actually just feel into all these beautiful triangles that your body takes, these shapes. Feel the shapes. Finish out your next exhale, look down at your foot and inhale, come all the way up. Turn the feet parallel and we'll step the feet back together. And then we're going to do a couple of balancing poses here. So we'll stand on the left leg and we'll lift your right leg up. Okay? We'll come into the tree pose. So you can either put the foot on the inside of the calf muscle, or if you have the capacity, bring your heel up to the inner thigh. And then you're just gonna press them into each other a little bit to create the stability. Hands fold at your heart. And if balance is tricky for you, you can just use the wall. Hopefully you have one handy. Nearby, I should say. Hands fold here at the heart, elbows lift slightly, and then just breathe. So if this is enough for you just to balance, you can stay here. Some of you might be able to bring your arms up overhead, and then you'll just reach in the opposite directions, right? Reaching from the hip down into the heel, and then from the navel up to the fingertips. Breathe. And stay super rooted like the trees. Looking out at a bunch of trees right now. They're all blowing in the wind, but they're super rooted into the earth. And then exhale, release your arms. We'll see if we can take it right here into another balancing pose. Just go ahead and take a hold of your knee. And then we're going to twist here. So you hold the knee with your left hand. If I can show you here. And then reach your right arm back. So the key in this pose is not necessarily the twist, but grounding through the leg. So you want to push down into the foot to reach back. Stand tall. Good, everyone. And exhale, release, and then we'll switch sides. So we're going to stand on the right leg, lift the left foot onto the inner calf or inner thigh. Yeah, and then once you feel like you have your balance, your stability, hands fold at the heart, elbows lift, and breathe. And if you want to take it a little deeper, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. So we stand firmly and tall like a tree, able to sort of weather the storm, right? We find that core stability inside of us. So then when things come at us, we're not as thrown off. That's what this posture can really teach us. Last breath here, inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll take the arms down. And then we're just going to go ahead and hold on to the knee. And we'll take it into a twist here, holding the knee with the right hand. Reach your left arm back. And once again, so the standing leg needs to be super strong and straight to get the full effects of the twist. And just breathe. And then on your exhale, release. And we'll shake it out, shake out the legs, wrists. You can just do a full body shake for a moment. Yeah. Great. Okay, let's come to the front of our mats again. And we'll stand in the mountain pose with the hands folded at the heart. Come back to your intention, the feeling tone. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, just come right into forward bend here. Forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. And then exhale, we'll step back into a downward facing dog. And just take a few deep breaths here. And then we'll take it into a hip opening pose. Slide your knee between your hands. This is called the half pigeon. And You know, if your hips are on the tighter side, like mine are, then you can keep your foot a little closer in. If your hips are more open, you can walk your foot towards the front of your mat and just sort of find that sweet spot for you. And then on your fingertips, take a big breath here up into your the front of your spine, opening up that whole front line from the groin all the way up to the throat. And then on the exhale, you're going to walk it out. So you may stay here on your hands if that feels like it's enough for you. If you're feeling a lot in your hip, you can rest it. If your hip's really high, you can rest it on a blanket or a book or a block. And we'll come down if you can a little further. And in this pose, I really like to drop in. So we'll take the next 5 breaths and really let gravity take over here. And soften in, let go of the tension places. Relax your jaw. And simply listen to your breath here. Listen to the sweet sound of your Ujjayi breath. And we'll just take the last breath here. And then inhale, come on up. Okay. And exhale, we'll slide our way back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath or 2 here, walking out your dog. And then we'll switch sides. So left knee comes between the hands. And just make any adjustments you need. Tuck your back toes under and roll that back thigh bone in so the hips are actually facing forward. And then you can take a big breath in here, opening the front, and exhale. Just find your way in slowly. No rush to get anywhere. And you'll just make that first layer and slow the breath way down. Breathe. Notice what happens when you slow everything down. That's great, everyone. And then we'll finish our next breath and slowly walk your way back up. And then slide your way back to downward facing dog. And just stretch out your legs, your calves, feet. Great. And then let's come down onto our belly. So you can lower onto your knees first and then lower all the way down. And we're going to come right up onto our forearms here. So this is called the Great Sphinx. So we're going to bring the forearms just shoulder width apart, elbows shoulder width apart. Your elbows should be right underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to exhale, soften. So you're going to actually shrug your shoulders a little bit towards your ears. And then once that happens, the heart is melted, the shoulders are more relaxed. Then you're going to use your forearms to bring the chest through the gates of the arms. It's going to be a really subtle movement, but it opens up the upper back really nicely. So keep your neck long, keep breathing and waking up all 10 toes. And you're going to take another breath here. Make sure the tailbone is moving towards the heels. That lengthens the lower back. And then as you draw forward, you get that really big, nice opening in the upper back. Great, everyone. And then exhale. We'll take the hands by the chest. Press all the way back into either a half dog. If you've had enough full dog poses, you can just take a half dog pose and stretch back. Great. And then we'll come down onto our knees and stretch the legs out straight in front. And do a couple more twisting poses here. So we'll pick up the right knee and cross the foot over the leg here. Your left leg is stretched straight out. And then hold the knee with both your hands and sit up as tall as you can. And if your back is hunched, you might want to sit on a blanket. You're gonna sit up as tall as you can. And then you'll take your right hand back behind you, and left arm is gonna wrap around the front or outside of the knee. Either one is fine. Just see where you get the most benefit. Okay. Now, ground the left thigh bone and start to lengthen and stretch all the way through the crown of your head. And then breathe, deepen into the twist. With every breath going a little deeper. And then on the inhalation, we'll go ahead and cross the ankle right over just on top of the knee. You're going to cross your right ankle. Right? And then inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and exhale, hinge forward at your hips. So that might mean just an inch or two. You can take a hold of the shin or ankle. If you have a little more flexibility, just take your foot and then take another breath, lifting and lengthening. And on the exhale, elbows wide as you fold. You'll feel that deeper sensation inside of your hip joint most likely. And just simply breathe. Breathe there. Wait for the opening. One more breath here. And then we'll inhale, come on up. Great, everyone. And then stretch out your right leg and fold your left leg over so the foot is over the leg. And you can just start here by extending your spine, drawing the lower back in and up, or sitting on a blanket if needed. Yeah, and then you'll take your left hand behind you, wrap your right arm around the front or outside of the knee. And go ahead and inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, twist. Kind of like you're wringing out a wet towel. You're wringing out the spine. Detoxing the organs. Great, and then inhale, release. And again, we'll cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And you might have one side that's tighter, like mine. This is my tight side. So I'm just gonna go a little less forward. But if you can, take a hold of your ankle or foot, and then just go right to that first edge and breathe. And with every inhalation, you're just gonna breathe right into the sensations. If you can open the area a little bit with your breath. And then on your exhale, soften. Just feel the tissues soften, the joint open. And go ahead and take 2 more breaths, breathing deeply. Great, and then inhale, come on up. We'll stretch out that leg and go ahead and just shake your legs out a little. And you can even tap the toes, the inner edge of your feet. Toes, big toes, tap in. Great. Okay. So then let's take a tabletop pose, bending the knees. Set your hands about 4 inches or so behind your hips. Wait for the bottom of your breath. With the elbows a little bit bent, you can lift the shoulders back, then push into your feet and slowly lift your hips up. Yeah, just come to that first edge. Keep the thigh bones parallel, and the head can cradle back as long as it doesn't bother your neck. Cradle back into the nape of your neck. Big breath in. And on the exhale, slowly lower back down. Great. And then we'll come into Baddha Konasana here, the butterfly. So again, sit on a blanket if your spine is super rounded. Feet together, soles of the feet touching. And we're just going to start here by lengthening up through the spine. So bringing the spine more vertical as you inhale, hold the feet. Now, if this is challenging for you just to stay right here, you'll stay here. Otherwise, you can let the feet open like a book and then slowly come forward. And you'll use your elbows to open the groins a little more. And on these last couple of breaths, allow yourself to just soften all the way in. You can let your head soften in towards your chest. Round your back even. Great, and then inhale, come on up. We'll just from here stretch the legs straight out, about 90-degree angle with your legs, and then making sure that the knees and the toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. So we'll twist here today. Left hand back, right hand onto the outside of the knee. Then look over your left shoulder. And then back to center and switching sides. And then inhale back, and we'll just come forward. So you might either take your hands out in front, or if your hamstrings are preventing you from going forward, just bring your hands back behind you. And so either one is fine. Take a few breaths in the center here. Breathing right in. Ground those thigh bones and keep the toes turning up towards the ceiling. Great, and then inhale, come on up, and let's go and finish our practice today lying on our backs for the bridge pose. So feet are hip distance apart, and you can bring the heels up close to the hips, as close as they'll go. And let's go ahead and come onto our elbows. So we're walking the shoulders back with the elbows down. And then inhale, pushing to the feet to lift the hips. Once you get up here, you can walk the shoulders even in a little bit more. Interlace the hands. Yeah, and then just find that sweet spot. So you may need to come down a little, or you can press into the inner heels to lift more. Just make sure the knees aren't going wide, so they're staying, legs are parallel here. And let your gaze get soft, your soft smile on your face. And then take one more big in breath. And on the exhale, release your hands, lower back down. Just let your knees rest into each other, hands on the belly. Take some deep breaths here. Just deepening your breath to finish up your practice today. We'll do some pranayama here. So we'll come back to the Ujjayi breath focus, and then we're going to bring in the 3-part breath here. And so just start with that Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils, tip of tongue resting on the roof of the mouth. Even breaths as you inhale, breathing evenly into the front, the back, the sides, fill up the pelvis, the rib cage, the chest. And then let that breath out just as slowly as you inhale. Follow it to the very tail end. Feel the tone at the pelvic floor. One more Ujjayi breath. Inhale. And pause. And a slow exhale. And pause. And now we'll take the breath and breathe in thirds. So starting from breathing into the belly, right up to the navel, and just pause. And then finish filling up to the rib cage, the diaphragm, and pause. And all the way up to the collarbones and palate, pause. And let it out slowly. Again, inhale, breathing into the first part, the belly up to the navel, pause. Breathing into all the way up to the diaphragm and pause. And then up to the collarbones, filling up the chest. Exhale, breath out slowly. One more 3-part breath, inhaling a third. Inhale another third. Inhale all the breath. Exhale. And start to let your breath go back to normal. Take a few Ujjayi breaths. Great, and then slow it all down and start to make your way back into the final resting pose, stretching both legs out. You can walk your shoulders back, palms face up towards the ceiling, and then just let the legs and the feet fall apart. And let go of your Ujjayi breath. Just let your breath return to its natural and organic state. And from the top of your body, just letting go all the way down the shoulders, face, jaw, down the torso, backs of the legs, all the way up to the toes. And then go ahead and slowly come back into your breathing. You're going to begin to wiggle your fingers and toes through the breath, coming out slowly, gracefully. And stretching the arms overhead, roll to one side. And then we'll make our way up to a comfortable seat and just take a moment here, noticing how you feel inside, lining up all the parts to the whole, taking a deep breath in. We'll bring the hands together and take a gentle bow of gratitude. Thank you all so much for joining me. My name is Alison Litchfield. If you want to know more about me, you can go check out my website at alisonlitchfield.com. I do lots of yoga privates and one-on-one sessions with people. Thank you and have a beautiful day. Enjoy.